Yo, what is going on, everybody? I am your host, Slackerz Gabe, and bringing you one of the last matches in the DLC character tournament. And what do I mean by last? Well, this is the second tournament that is currently ongoing on the channel. This one's a lot farther along than the other one. We're practically down to like the final, 1, 2, 3 matches, I think, once we get to today's matchup. So, pretty simple. Vote down in the comments. Vote for one of the two characters that you see in the title of the video. And if there's a tie in the voting, hopefully there's not, I'll flip a coin on camera and we'll break the tie that way. Pretty simple for rules. I mean, pretty simple. Rules have been the same forever. Both tournaments, pretty much. But, yeah, so we'll go over the results. So the results were from, who was it? It was Bandana Dee taking on Gino. I see. It's tough because I don't want to put the winner of this matchup in the title of the video because then it just kind of spoils it. But I don't know what better way to do it because I tried this in my other tournament. Sorry, I'm getting off topic here, but I tried this in an older tournament I did. I put question marks, and then everybody voted for one character, and they didn't know who the other one was, and then it was a headache and whatever. I'll just show you the results. Let's just do that. It's so much easier. Bandana Dee ended up defeating Gino 66 votes to 35. So, well, you already knew that because Bandana Dee's in the title of the video. And I don't know a good way around that without spoiling it. And I kind of can't spoil it at this point. But anyway, we are here. So we're down to the final 3, maybe 4 matches. So what do I mean by that? Of course, today's matchup, Bandana Dee taking on Crash. Next Wednesday, we'll get the results of this, and the winner will take on Tails. Then the week after that, it will be the winner of Tails against one of these two. Up in the winner's bracket, up in the championship, they'll take on Shantae. And if Shantae happens to lose that, because you got to lose twice. It's a double elimination tournament. And if somehow Shantae lost that, we go to an additional match. So there could be up to 4 matches, but we'll see about that. But let's just jump into it. So Bandana Dee, Bandana Dee and Crash Bandicoot. Wow, what's wrong with me? 2 characters personally I would love to see. I want both of them. I think they'd both make very, a tremendous, awesome addition to the roster, whether it would be base roster. Obviously can't be base roster now. It has to be DLC. And, both of them would sell. They're both immensely popular. Bandana Dee made it very far in my very first tournament I did. Made it into, the final 4 of this tournament, and Crash Bandicoot had a very good amount of votes in the first tournament that I did. A lot of support there as well. So, and plus both characters just kind of fit Smash Bros. Very well, in my opinion. But let me jump into it. So, for some reason, I'm on the Wikipedia or fandom wiki page, whatever this is. I don't know. Not sure why. I usually just show pictures, but now I'm not going to. I don't know why. Changing it up. Woohoo. Alright, so Kirby series, huge for Nintendo, right? One of their bigger franchises. And, what chances are, if you've ever owned a Nintendo console, Nintendo platform, Nintendo handheld, whatever you might have owned, you've probably heard of the Kirby series. And if you've heard of the Kirby series, there's a good chance that you at least will recognize this character. Some people say it's a Waddle Dee. You're almost correct. It's a Bandana Dee. He has a bandana. He stands out. He's different. He's not a side character. He's kind of a main character, actually. One of the main 4. Tons of people would say that. But Bandana Dee, why does he deserve to be in Smash? I think just support, even from Wii U 3DS, when they did that Smash ballot, they showed... they didn't show the results, but there's quite a bit of charts and graphs going around showing potential, support for characters. Bandana Dee was always in the top 10, and even right now, Bandana Dee, up until the release of Smash Ultimate, Bandana Dee was one of the most talked about characters, first party wise, to be in the game. Lots of people thought it was pretty much a lock. It could have been the first spear wielder, would have been awesome. People love him. He's adorable. And plus, Kirby series definitely deserves another rep at this point. I mean, sure, I'd say, it's repped extremely well with Kirby Meta Knight and King Dedede. But throw Bandana Dee in there as well, and you can't go wrong, honestly. You really can't. I think it'd be perfect. Plus, moveset is obviously easy. Like I said, be the first spear wielder. How it is, what would Final Smash be? Well, in his debut game, he only made a brief appearance in Megaton Punch. Where does this go? I haven't even clicked this. Let's see. I was hoping for a little GIF. No, we're not going to get that. Hey, go away, advertisement. Let's see. No, it's not going to show. But basically, I think Megaton Punch was like a little, some little game or whatever. But you kind of build up your punch, and then you punch down on the ground, and then big like kind of white glowy explosion kind of happens. The ground shakes. So Megaton Punch could have been really cool for like a little cinematic kind of cutscene. Bandana Dee. You activate the Final Smash, and then he just punches down on the ground, and within a reasonable radius around the character, whoever gets trapped in there, you get this little cutscene where Bandana Dee charges up and then punches the ground in this huge white light and an explosion, and the ground shakes. Big knockback and all that kind of stuff. What a Final Smash would look like. So moveset is there, popularity's there. The character at this point kind of deserves to be in, right? Whether you think he's a side character or not, you can't really be a side character anymore, or at least side characters are definitely welcome because, well, Piranha Plant's coming in a few weeks, and once that was announced, pretty much any character has a chance. Well, so does Crash Bandicoot though, and I'm on the actual Wikipedia page. What? Okay, whatever. Well, Crash Bandicoot. Where do you start? I guess I always start with. It was a PlayStation exclusive. I guess it was from 1996 to 2000. 2001 jumped to multi-platform. I think he had maybe 2 games on the GameCube. Maybe more. I'm not quite sure, but had a few games on the GameCube. At least 1 game on the GameCube for sure. And once he kind of went to multi-platform, just kind of it didn't quite work out. The sales weren't quite there. The vibe around the character, or not the vibe, but the hype around the character wasn't there. And Crash kind of went away a little bit, Sure, in 2007, 2000 to 2010, I guess he had a redesign. I don't know what that redesign was, but maybe Skylanders. He was in Skylanders. That's just kind of random. But yeah, then 2011 to 2016 had a hiatus, was gone for a while. People, I don't want to say started to forget about him, but there's people that didn't get to play his games that were born in the mid 2000s and maybe never heard of Crash, and it's kind of sad because I grew up on Nintendo myself, and I had quite a few friends that grew up on PlayStation. They would always tell me about, I love playing Crash Bandicoot. I love playing Spyro games. That was kind of Mario's rival on other platforms, right? They were both platformers, and I don't know, just the whole thing. Crash had a cool little, personality about him. People were just kind of drawn to him. But then, the exclusive deal with PlayStation ran up, and then, I don't know, the hype just kind of went down, I suppose. But we did get the the remake of the Insane Trilogy, which sold extremely well, was the #1 selling game in Europe for like over a month straight, which was insane. I'm not sure about US, never heard about top of the charts or anything like that, but I know it sold extremely well. We're getting the Crash Bandicoot, the Crash Team Racing remake coming out later this year, 2019, which is awesome as well. Another game I never got to play. Like I said, I grew up on Nintendo, didn't get to play a lot of the early, PlayStation 1 or like the early PlayStation 2 games, didn't get to play that. But it's cool. So it's a game that I would definitely, definitely on my list of games that I'd like to pick up and play, get to experience. But enough about me. Let's just kind of, I guess, get to characters, or get to the voting. Who am I going to vote for? It's either going to be Bandana Dee or Crash Bandicoot. Again, you can vote for both if you want to, but I'm going to try to hold off on voting for both. So, who would I rather see? It's actually a tough one because I've always thought Bandana Dee was perfect for Smash, would fit in very well, but Crash would as well. Both would sell very well for DLC, no question about it. it's just comes down to who I personally would rather see. I'm gonna go. I guess I'd rather see Bandana Dee. For no other reason than I just have a bit more of a personal attachment to the character. That's what it's going to come down to for me. So Bandana Dee gets my vote. So that's the only question. The only question that's left. I want to go to bed. I'm tired. But the only question left is who you got. Who you going to vote for? Down in the comments, simply type Bandana Dee or Crash Bandicoot. Or if you really want, you can vote for both, which is totally fine. So that'll be it for this one. We do have. No, we don't. I had a episode earlier from the other tournament, from the Fighter Pass tournament, so if you want to check that out, go ahead. Otherwise, this one's pretty much coming to an end. We'll get the results of this next week, and then we'll get the winner of this. We'll take on Tails. That'll be next Wednesday, but that's next week. Let's take care of business for this week and, well, up to next Wednesday. Anyway, that is going to be it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed as usual, and hopefully we catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.